Well, hello, welcome to tonight's race, round 16 here in Australia for the FNL1 eSports. Thank you for waiting. We are, of course, here in Australia. Let's take you through the track as it stands tonight. These are all three sectors laid out for you. 5.3 kilometres for the drivers to go through. 3 DRS zones, one of the few tracks that does have 3. And there's all 16 turns drivers have to get through tonight. Who can get on top? Is it going to be BP or is it going to be Hawks, who's still on top of the leaders? And he's still on top with his team. Renault. I was a bit rushed tonight, so I don't have all the fancy graphics for you, but let's get straight into Q3. And this is how the end of Q2 looked. BP did get top, so Zen's not too far off. So Zen's looking likely he might be able to beat BP tonight. And Hawks is, I can't see his name, he's 6th place. So Hawks needs to get up through. If he can get through qualifying and get on the top row, even get pole position, he could definitely secure a win. It's been a while for Hawks, so he's looking to get that one here tonight. So we're going into qualifying 3, and if you are new to this format, the top 10 drivers now fight for the top positions, their final positions, to be secured for the race. And the fastest time that they put down and the tyre they use when they do that is the tyre they will start this race on. So let's have a look. All seem to be starting on the soft at the moment. It's a little bit quiet in the pit lane, but they've only got 12 minutes. And then we're going to be straight into the race. Major Dan, welcome. Aren't you racing tonight, Major Dan? But it's good to have you watching and racing at the same time. Multitasking there. So BP's out first. And BP just disappeared behind the camera angle. That's a funny camera angle. Oh, it's fixed itself up. There we go. So as BP takes the field out for the first time, time is ticking down. Looks like the two Toro Rosso boys, sorry, that's Mike, not Aussie. Aussie is one of the Red Bull drivers. Mike's gone off ahead. I thought the Toro Rosso boys might have been working together, but it looks like BP wants to maybe sit in behind someone else. He's let some of the other drivers out through on his outlap. Hawks is out there as well. The two Renault again. Line astern of each other. Again, they could be pulling each other along. Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Hawks if he does that. Let's do a lap with Hawks as he comes around the last 2 final turns here. And let's see what a lap looks like in Australia if you didn't join us for the F2. Sit back, relax, turn it up. And we're going down with Hawks here on his first flying lap in Q3. Soft tyres on into the first turn. Oh, he's turned a bit early there. He had to correct it. He's going to need to get on top of that before the end of this one. And into this tricky little section. Turn back up and in. And you've got to ride the curb on the exit here. You can sort of upset the car. And then you need confidence through here. Riding out wide. Hawks has done well. Sort of cut the corners there to make them straight. And that sort of makes that one a 90-degree angle almost. And around you come. Albert Park Lake to your right-hand side. As a driver, you don't see any of it. And speed up across into this left-hander. Try and just keep it planted. You want all the aerodynamic and mechanical grip working for you there. And down to the final third of the track. He's got the turn in right there. He's run wide. He did that in the outlap as well. Through turn 14 into 15, which makes past the pit entry. and around into 16, which is easy to get oversteer out here, and he's managed to avoid that there. And Hawks' time, well, it's top at the moment, a 1:22.497. Mike in the Toro Rosso, and BP has jumped ahead. Zen Razo was the other driver that was looking mighty close to the time of BP. Let's see what Zen can put together as he flies up towards turn 13. We almost a lock up on the right-hand side there. Saw a bit of smoke fly. It's not going to slow him too much though, but is it going to be the mistake that makes him second, rather first? Ooh, a little bit out wide. DRS opens for him. Zen, what's he going to be? It's on the 8th fastest. He needs to get quicker from there. So it wasn't a clean lap, clearly, from Zen. And Andrew HRT in the Haas is sitting 9th place. So everyone's done their first runs. And this is the man on top. BP V8, 1:28.5. Everyone is looking to beat him tonight. Hawks is one of the other drivers, but they're all going to have to come back in now and refuel. So let's see if Hawks can do anything about it. But his teammate Crazy, who was on a good run from Abu Dhabi, is also on another good run tonight, in 3rd place currently, and he's going to be looking to stay with his teammate now. So the Renault boys looking good in the constructors. They're also on top of the constructors. They've got 392 points to Toro Rosso's 373, so it's still very tight at the top. And in the drivers, Hawks has got 307 points to BP's 246. So it's not an impossible task, but Hawks is getting the results when he needs to. And it's going to be a very busy pit lane as we count down to the end of Q3 now. As all the drivers make their way in. But it looks like it's going to be a nice and sunny one to the end of the day. We haven't got the weather report for the race as yet, so that's going to be a bit of a surprise for us all. But it's unlikely rain at the moment. Epic Games out there at the moment. Looks like he's trying to put together a lap. He's got the ERS up to 5. And the Ferrari up into 4th right now. He's pushing hard. He's got some traffic. So Major Dan letting us know. Overcast but no rain for the race. So thank you, Major Dan. But it's Epic Game at the moment we're following. This looks like it's going to be a fast lap from him. He's in the 3rd sector now. Don't know if that was quick enough through 13. Up into 14. Opens up the corner. Flicks up the grass on the out-hand side as he stretches the limits of the track. Around 15, but he knows it's not going to be good enough. Aborts that one and into the pits. Kiwi's back out on track now, and he's looking to get a good time. Well, no rain. Not surprising here in Albert Park. As we watch Crazy Kiwi flick it up through 11 and 12. And where's he at now? He's at 14, 15. 15 is Prost, and 16 is one of the few corners that doesn't actually have a name. So 1 is Brabham, 2 is Jones, 3 Whiteford. There's no name for 4 or 5. 6, 7, or 8. 9 is just referred. 9 and 10 are referred to as Clark. Nothing for 11 and 12. 13 is Ascari. Stewart for 14, and Prost for 15. But time is running out on this one. Outlap now for Epic. Wardy chills out there. Let's see what the man in the Racing Point can do. Can he chuck this car around this Albert Park circuit and maybe get himself out of 7th place? It's looking very difficult. Oh, bit of a crash up on the inside wall. I don't think he sustained much damage, but he's going to have to abort that lap. Now, I don't know if the replay's working, so let's test it out. It is working. So, this was Wardy Chill coming around. Watch this. The backhand gets out on him. Boom, into that right-hand side. And he had to abort that lap. As we go back to the live pictures, it is Wardy still going around, but that's pretty much going to be his lap done. Hawks is on an out lap too. He's up in behind Aussie here. I think Aussie's on an out lap. So they're sort of racing for track room, and Aussie goes, I'll let you through, buddy. I'll let you through. So 9 and 10, that's a difficult one to get right. It's a pretty tight right-hander. And then 10 is a big sweeping bend through past the lake before the fast 11 and 12, which Hawks is trying to get right now on his outlap. Ooh, he needs to stay off the grass. You go an inch wide here at Albert Park, it's just grass. And then not far beyond that is a wall, as Wardy Chill found out just before. So Hawks now winds it up and gets it ready as he slingshots down the front straight up towards turn 1. He's going to be braking hard into Brabham. DRS flicks open, chucks the car in there. He's run a little bit wide out on in the inside of 2 as he runs up towards turn 3. Again, using all of the track available there to him, trying to open up the corners. Into 4 and 5 now. He's doing well. Hawks has got the car planted, but he needs to find about a second over this lap to beat BP's best. BP's just come on an out lap. Hawks will finish this one. This will be his last chance as Q3 is about to finish. He comes through Clark there, and he didn't get that one nice and neat. That could cost him time as he charges towards turn 11. Chucks the car in. The car looks planted. Looks nicely set up through there. The downforce and everything working the way Hawks wants it to work. Up towards Ascari. Gets it a little bit wide. That's playing. That's going to be playing with Hawks all night. He hasn't been able to nail that corner yet. Into 14. 15. And around the final bend, number 16. Is it going to be enough from Hawks? I think it's going to be just outside. But 22497. It was a 229 for him just then. And that won't help him improve. Aussie has gone 4th at the moment. Epic is putting down a lap. Mike's also out on a lap. Zen, I think, is just behind Mike. He is. And Epic is behind both of them. Let's see what Mike can do in the Toro. Rosso. He's got a Mercedes just in behind him. He might be pulling him along. Mike's not going to be worried about that, though. He's going to have his eyes firmly set on the apexes ahead of him. He's going to be looking to possibly meet his teammate on that front row, which it looks like BP has all but locked in. But there's still a bit of a chance. There's still a bit of time left if these guys can get the time. Epic's gone second. An absolutely epic lap from Epic there. Mike, does he make a difference? He only goes 5th. And Zen goes second there at the end. With the 121, it was the second car into the 121s. BP's aborted the lap. Epic. And Hawks is there enough in it from Hawks? This is a good lap, it looks like. Charges towards the timing beam. Oh, it's going to be just outside. and he's relegated to 4th. It's Kiwi behind him in 5th. Mike got 6th. It was Aussie with the Red Bull in 7th. Wardy got 8th, and HRT Andrew number 9. But it was BPV8 who once again showed them how to do it. And Zen looks like he's on a bit of a redemption run tonight. Can he beat the man just ahead of him? The man BPV8 in the Toro Rosso. What a qualifying session it was, and we're going straight into the race. So there's your final positions. BP confirmed on top. He was 4/10 ahead of Zen. Zen was the only other driver, though, who looked to get close, and the only other one in the 121s. And then Epic, out of nowhere, gets a 3rd place and will start on the 2nd row next to Hawks. And then on the 3rd, it will be Kiwi and Mike. 4th row, Aussie and Wardy. 5th row, Andrew, HRT. 10th place, well, they didn't make it into Q3, so it's going to be, we're going to find out who it is in a moment. But welcome along to this FNL1 eSports Formula 1 Championship race, round number 16, here from Australia in Melbourne. My name's Josh Gain, your commentator tonight, and here on Demo 1 Garage, we're broadcasting this FNL1 eSports round. Join us for what is going to be a spectacular race. And don't forget, you can catch us anytime. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer now. So welcome along all our new Mixer friends. And Co. Mr. Echo, what is cracking? Good to have you along, Echo. It's been a while since I've seen your name pop up in the chat, so I'm happy to see it. Hope you've been well and looking after yourself and all that jazz. But we're waiting now for the start of this race, and I'm excited to see what is in store for us tonight, because they always put on a show. Always put on a show. Always put on a show. Right, well, they've lined up for the formation lap, so they'll take us around one last time. They'll get their tyres all warmed up, get some temperature into them. Let's have a look at the tyres that they'll be starting with. Sorry, Q2. Did I say I said Q3 in the commentary before? I got my sessions mixed up. It's Q2 where you start your fastest tyre. So obviously they all use softs in Q3, but it was in Q2 BP did a time on the mediums. Same with Zen. Epic's also there. Hawks. Kiwi in the top 5. He's the only one on the hard, so he's gone different to his teammate, which is good to see. Good strategy call from Renault as they defend their top spot. And then it was Mike, Aussie and Wardy all using the mediums. Andrew HRT will start on the soft, so he's the only one in the top 10 on the quicker tyre. Is there going to be a 2-stop or a softer hard for him tonight? And then Bushchuk, soft, medium, Saints on the softs. Major Dan's the second one on the hards. Breedian will take the mediums, and the 3, Aussie Phantom, Banana Hammock and Angry, they all start on the soft at the back end of the grid. Swatter, good to see you, man. Well, I'm happy to say that this should be a good one. This should be hopefully one to remember. We had a spectacular race here last night in the Formula 2s. If you didn't see the Formula 2 race, go and watch it. There was so much happening in both race 1 and 2. Lots of contact, but a lot of people finished as well, so it was good to see. BP is so far ahead of the rest of the field, he didn't bother waiting for them. Epic will take his position. Hawks on the 4th, in 4th, Kiwi behind him, and Mike will line up right next to him. Things are getting serious here in Australia. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Echo. That sucks. Well, you're here live right now. Let's watch this one as we're about to go racing. You can hear the engines rev. 5 lights on. It's 5 lights out, and we're racing here in Australia. Let her rip, data chip, and it's BP trying to cut the run from Zen, but it's Epic who's gotten up in around the outside. Zen and Epic almost touched, but it looks like everybody got through turn number 1 nice and cleanly. I'll say that, and someone will be around. But look at them, they're all streaming up towards turn 3, and not a single soul was to be seen into the walls. There's Hawk side by side. Oh, Kiwi's gone out wide, and he's had to return in to the dismay of the drivers in behind as they all give way to a crazy Kiwi in the Renault returning to the track. But it's Andrew HRT who's gotten just ahead of Angry Old Fella, and they're going to be fighting side by side. Angry chucks it up the inside, and he runs wide. Angry will have to work hard back at getting that one back, and he's going to lose another spot as AB Saints tries to get around him, but he recovers, and they go through Clark now. Andrew HRT, and on board with Angry Old Fella. Aussie Phantoms drop to the back end of the grid. Is there someone round? Oh, that didn't look good. That is Epic. Epic's had an issue. Epic is going slow. That was what that yellow flag was for. Can we see any damage on the front of Epic's car? We can't. Oh, it's causing him to severely understeer. And that's going to cause some issues for those in behind. Aussie Phantom. Doesn't look like Aussie Phantom's on the track. BP Low leads this one, and he's gained a 1.8 second lead on this man, Zen. And Hawks is giving chase, and Mike is not too far away in the other Toro Rosso. Again, Hawks is running wide onto the grass. He's going to want to try and avoid doing that too much tonight as he gets right up into the slipstream of Zen Razo. He tries to find a way around. Oh, Mike out of nowhere squeezes him in and runs Hawks onto the grass, and Mike is not taking... Oh, Zen is out of this one. This could be dramatic for some of them. Oh no. Oh, big accident. That's Angry out. Zen has gone around. And how is there not a safety car deployed? They are 2 cars blocking the road. Wardy Chill's also out of this one. And I am very surprised to find that there is not a safety car called. I don't think Michael Massey is in the steward's box tonight. Bushchook, though, has found himself up into 3rd spot. A Williams up into the top 3. Fantastic stuff. And Hawks is up there in 2nd. Mike's giving chase. But that got a little bit dangerous. Zen starting the accident. I can't go back that far in the broadcast to show you a replay, but if you are watching on YouTube or on the stream, you should be able to go back and take a look at that yourself. But it was Zen that set things going. And as we go through, BP gets another fastest lap. So we're down to, well, 12 drivers. Phantom didn't make the start line. Not sure what happened to him then. Andrew HRT, who was down in about 9th or 10th early on, he's up into 5th. So good run for Andrew here. He can use those soft tyres to defend the run from Kiwi in behind him. Banana Hammock just ahead of Aussie, and Aussie is going to be within the slipstream of Banana. We're coming up to the part of the track where there was 2 cars on the road. No safety car. Codemasters. This is an open letter to Codemasters. Fix your safety cars. Your game's not that bad, but there are many things you need to fix. If there's anyone from out there who knows anyone in Codemasters, tell them to fix the safety cars. Let's get back to it. Let's not dwell on that too much, ladies and gentlemen. Aussie is getting through. Andrew HRT looks like he's fixing an issue there. He's lost a few spots out of that. Looks like might be some winglet damage somewhere because the car isn't working, I think, the way he wants it to. Oh, AB Saints crashing everyone on the start. Bastion. I didn't see that. I didn't see AB do that. But Bastion, there you go. So if you can go back into the broadcast on the stream, you might be able to see something happened with AB Saints. Swatter, I agree. I don't know why. It was pretty much to block the road. We could have. I think the likes of Angry might have avoided an accident if the safety car was called, because even Zen crossing that road there was, I think, time for it to be called. It would have at least slowed them all down. And anyway, it is what it is. Luckily, it's only a virtual racing, and no one was hurt, because that would have been chaotic if that was in the real world. So let's go back up to the front. Looks like BP is going to be able to build a huge lead on those front runners, as the only one I think who's going to really be able to test his might is Hawks, but Hawks wasn't able to go anywhere as quick as what BP was in the qualifying. Zen was, but Zen obviously pushed it a little bit too hard. Finn Kelly, I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to have you along, Finn, and thank you for liking the stream. Now, if any of the drivers like Zen are listening, I'd love to have an interview with you live. So let me know if you're in the Discord chat, because I'd love to have a chat with you. But at the moment, we're watching Aussie make roads on AB Saints. And with the DRS, it was an easy move for Aussie to make. And up into the first turn, there was not much Saints could do to defend that one. He just had to let that be. And it was Aussie who also got the second DRS zone as well. He can use that to good effect to build the gap and keep Saints at bay now for a little bit longer. Breedian, though, is closing in on the Williams of Banana. And this Racing Point's looking very, very hungry for a move upwards of one more position. Can't be riding the curbs like that, though, because Breedian will lose too much time. And you just saw then Banana Hammock scream away with superior traction and acceleration to help him open the gap to over a second now. Oh, there's been a mistake from Banana. This could be the move that Breedian wanted, and I don't think Banana's going to be able to do much about it as they come up towards 11 and 12, side by side. Very dangerous corner to be side by side of each other. Breedian backs out of it, though, and he thinks he can get another shot at him. He thinks he can bully Banana into another mistake before we get around to the end of the lap, maybe up towards the front straight with DRS assist. Andrew HRT has also joined us for a bit of a party. And Major Dan just went wide. I saw the car disappear, and the Alfa Romeo is going to be stuck in 11th now for a little bit longer. He's made his job a lot harder out of that one. Oh, HRT, it's not good for him. But it was Breedian and Hammock who got a good run. Right on board with Breedian down the front straight. He's got DRS, but he's forgotten to use it. It's flashing. Look at it. It's flashing at us, and I don't think Breedian used his DRS then. A wasted opportunity. He's got it again. He still hasn't used it. Is Breedian's DRS broken? Because there comes Andrew HRT. He sent the car, and unsurprisingly, sent it into the gravel trap as well. And that's more work now that Andrew needs to do. But is Breedian nursing a DRS issue? Because he had DRS then for both those DRS zones, and we didn't see him use it. Very interesting start to this one. The midfield battle rages on. It's little mistakes here and there from all four of these drivers, which are causing them all sorts of concern now. And Major Dan is now ahead of Andrew HRT, and Epic, who was looking so good early on, was caught into an early situation. Oh, he's just caught Breedian. Look at that. Breedian must have had an issue as we jumped away from him. And Major Dan flies past at a rate of knots. There was absolutely nothing Breedian could do. He must have been nursing an injury. And look how slow Breedian is going now. Is there problems for Breedian? Have a listen. Something's not right in Breedian's car, is it? He's got DRS again, and again that DRS flap is not open. The actuator must be broken. And now he's got to try and defend Andrew HRT without DRS. This could be bit of a situation. Andrew's used all of his ERS to catch back up, so he hasn't got much to attack with. There was a yellow. I think Saints just had an issue because Hemmix just moved his way up. Oh, Breedin now. Yeah, Breedin, I think Breedin is really suffering with something. Epic's getting back into this race. He's giving HRT a bit of a time. Epic does have the ERS to use. He's going to try send it. Oh, HRT turns in. He just leaves enough room. They were scraping. He's been pushed into the wall. There might have been a little bit of a lag there. But Epic stays in behind. Have a look at the replay. Look how close things got. He sent the car in, turned in on him, and then as we come up towards the run towards 11, he got just smattered into the wall. I don't even know if that's a word. Oh, what's happened now? Epic is out of this one. He's done it at 11 and 12 on the exit of 11 and 12. Unfortunately, we can't get a replay of that. But that's the end of Epic's night. As we jump to the replay, we've come back and he's been stranded on the side of the road. It is taking its toll on some drivers tonight. So now we want to get an update on Breedin and AB Saints as well. They're catching back up to Major Dan now. Oh, Breedin almost didn't make the corner then. Yeah, Epic obviously lost some front wing, as Swatter suggests, and couldn't get the car rotated the way he would have liked it to. That's such a shame. Such a shame. 5.3 kilometers here. And not all of them could make the lap. 29 times. We've lost Epic and Angry, so no points today for Ferrari. Wardy chills out. And Zen also, again, no constructor points will be coming Mercedes' way. Epic lost a lot of front wing, Swatter. I hope you are keeping cool wherever you are, because it's nice and hot here. It's probably about 50 degrees in the room I'm sitting in. I'd love to have aircon installed in this room. Because once I turn the PlayStation and then the computer on, especially the computer, oh, it is a hot mess in here. In comes Banana Hammock. Some new boots for Banana. Some mediums. It was a quick stop, so there was no need for him to change anything. Breeding's coming in as well. Medium, 7 laps old. So he's taken on a new front wing. Just slot it on the old one. Yeah, that'll do. And hard tyres, unsurprisingly. He should be able to run to the end. And Andrew, HRT. So it looks like some of these guys are wearing a bit of battle wounds. There we go, a new one. Still got the Rich Energy stuff on it. And Andrew HRT back out onto the track with some mediums. BP leads though, and he's got a 6.9 second lead on Hawks. So BP just needs to keep it clean. I wonder if Hawks is going to be able to catch him. Can he try a different strategy? I don't know if it's going to be viable. But Bushchook at the moment, he is counting his lucky stars. He's up into third. He avoided that incident with Zen. And at the moment, he's trying to keep Mike behind him in fourth. It seems he's doing a pretty good job of it at the moment. So it's been a chaotic race in the first opening 10 laps. A lot like what we saw in the Formula 2 last night for the FNL1 eSports Formula 2. Oh no, Mike, that is a mistake he cannot afford to do. Let's have a look and see how that all played out for Mike. Watch his telemetry there on the bottom right. Just waiting to see, did he miss his braking zone? I think he did. He got it slowed down, but he just let it roll through the corner. And that's not what you want. But welcome back to the live images. And that gap between Mike and Bushchook has now grown to 3.5 seconds. Something Mike didn't need. He might need to change his strategy up here a little bit. 9 laps at the moment, 10 laps old on the mediums. We've still got a little bit of life left. Major Dan has got himself a 3-second time penalty, so that'll be for avoiding track limit warnings. Crazy Kiwi, he's recovered. We saw Crazy Kiwi down a long way early on. But after that huge incident with Zen, a lot of drivers have come out ahead. And Kiwi on the opposite strategy to his teammate Hawks here. Oh, HRT's out. There's Andrew HRT. Look for Major Dan. As we come on your left-hand side, as we watch Major Dan's onboard, you might see Andrew HRT. Oh, no! That is not what Major Dan wanted. The guys tonight, they just can't adjust to the situation. I think it's been cleared. I think that's where Major Dan was. Sorry, HRT was just there. That's where Alonso had the big accident, I think. Just a little bit further up the road. So we've lost one more driver now. But it's Aussie, who is starting to give Kiwi a bit of a nightmare. Are those mediums starting to come to life for the Red Bull man? Crazy Kiwi at the moment hasn't got the pace that Aussie has right now on the 10-lap old mediums. This is going to get very spicy in a few laps' time. As it looks like Aussie's got the run. Mike's actually in the pits. So Mike's going to come out onto some new soft tyres. Interesting call from Mike. I think it's going to be a 2-stopper from Mike. I don't know how he's going to get those soft tyres working to the end. But he is on the softs. Confirmation of that just there. So Aussie, what does he do from here? Can he get around the leading constructor? Kiwi. Crazy Kiwi. He is currently 6th in the championship with 85 points, and Aussie is 7th with 70. So these guys are directly competing with each other, not just on the circuit, but in the drivers as well. And there's a small mistake from Kiwi, and Aussie was just a little bit too far back for him to exploit the mistake, and Kiwi's all over the road like a drunk driver, trying to gain control. He must have had some dirt in his eye there, because that didn't look safe from Crazy Kiwi. Unsurprisingly, Echo, I was supposed to get the graphics up, but I ran late, so sorry about that. But I will tell you, Hawks is leading with 307 points. It is BP second with 246. Zen Razo 196, and Mike is 4th with 127. And Bots, who's not here tonight, he's 5th with 98. Here we go. This is DRS for you. Kiwi must use his DRS effectively, because Aussie wasn't able to even show a nose and put Kiwi on notice around the outside. He makes the Renault man go, but again, it wasn't enough. Kiwi gets his elbows out, and he's here for the long haul. No, BP is easily catching up. If you go on either the Facebook or the Twitter or our Instagram, we should have the last 15 rounds results there, and you can see the drivers' current points. If you would like an update as the race is going on, I would usually show them, but I am sorry I was late tonight, so I didn't get all my fancy graphics set up. But anyway, look at this, side by side. Oh, Kiwi had to compromise his line there to keep Aussie at bay, and Aussie just needs to get on the power now. He's got the DRS assist again, but once again, Kiwi's cooked it. Kiwi is out wide, and there it is. Aussie gets the run, and Kiwi couldn't hold him off any longer. He tried, but when you lock those cars up, those tyres up, and you get under rotation in the tyres, you're never going to be able to steer around a corner, and that is exactly what was happening then with Kiwi. So lap 14 of 29 now. Don't forget to keep an eye out on who you think deserves driver of the day as well. Last week was Hawks. So Hawks, congratulations, he got driver of the day for Abu Dhabi. But you can vote. We'd love to have your votes. Go to FNL1 eSports.com and vote for your driver of the day. If the driver of the day link isn't up yet, it should be up pretty soon. It is an automatic post, so he might have set it to go at 10:30 or 11 even. But you can vote up until Monday. So you don't have to make a snap decision. You can think about it over the weekend. But keep an eye on FNL1 and here at Demo 1 on Facebook, Twitch, and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll let you know who gets the Driver of the Day award. I'll remind you about that a little bit later on. Kiwi there, not doing himself any favours again, running wide. I think it's time to get rid of those hards, maybe. They just don't seem to be working the same way those mediums are. Let's have a look to see what these two do. Looks like Aussie locked up a little bit there. Aussie's going around. Kiwi's going around too. He fancies a go at him, so he's going to let it happen. So we're down to 10. We're down to 10. Let's have a look how things have changed since the start. And have a look who's stopped already. Bushchook, 92. He's had his stop, and so has Mike. And Banana, Saints, and Breeding have all stopped as well. Oh no, Kiwi once again makes the mistake. And look who's not too far in behind. It is both Bushchook and Mike who have already taken their stops. And I think Mike's going to go for a two-stop here. I don't think he's going to be able to get to the end on those tyres. I really don't. Everybody's gone up except Mike and BP since the start. So the Toro Rossos are the only ones who have stayed static in all of this. Everybody else has gone upwards from their starting position. And you can thank Zen for creating some of that. So the boys will be thanking Zen a little bit later on, I imagine. But Chook now, look at him, he's closing in on Kiwi, and Kiwi seems to be struggling with the grip left on those tyres. So I don't think it's going to be long before Chook manufactures an overtake, but Kiwi, we know, will fight to the bitter end and defend his position. Let's see how long it takes for him to get around. Well, Hawks and BP, they've got a competitive rivalry for sure. They're friends off the track, but on track, rivalry 101. But at the moment, BP's just so fast. He's put in the time this year with the practice, and it is really showing just how quick he is. Zen was our three-time FNL1 eSports champion, and it is not going to be the case at the end of this season, Season 4, I assure you of that. It's either going to be BP or Hawks. But if Hawks can keep at least getting the second places from here on in, I haven't done the maths, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be very, very tight. And if there's a DNF from one of them here or there, that could really mix it up as we watch Chook own the overhead chopper shot. It's a great shot to get a good view of everything that's happening down on the circuit. And you can see he is now reeling in Kiwi. It's not going to be long before he's right up in the clacker, up in the tailpipes. He just needs to find a way around. He's got DRS, but we've seen how Kiwi can defend under DRS. Kiwi had that corner nailed, didn't he? He got a lot better speed out of it. And I think Aussie's tyres are starting to fade away because Kiwi is now starting slowly to catch him back up. And Aussie's up into a third place position. DRS for Chook. Look at the pace difference between them. Nothing for Crazy to use. He just had to let the Williams by, and Chook is back up into fourth place. And he's now target locked on Aussie, who is 2 seconds up the road. Next, it's Mike. Can Kiwi hold off Mike? I'm pretty sure these two will be battling in the grid positions because I'd imagine Kiwi's going for a 1-stop, and I think Mike is going for a 2. I really don't think... Bush Chook could be even part of this battle as well. So this could be a 3-way battle on strategy. So it's not all over yet for Kiwi, because I think both Chook and Mike need to take another stop. I don't know if those softs are going to make it. They could surprise us and find something. Again, Kiwi's compromising the line for 11. And he doesn't want Mike to let him around. Mike is going to be busting to go. He's going to be bursting at the seams. He's going to be so keen for it. Again, DRS, not long enough. He's going to have to wait a few more corners. He might try it here. No. He's trying to jockey his way into the position and force Kiwi to make a defensive move. Oh no, what happened there to Breeden? I think he's just letting the faster guys through. So that is lap time for Breeden. Inside line for Kiwi. Mike has got the nose ahead. Into the corner though. They come, they touch. Wow, that was close. So close between them. And it's job done for Mike for now. Look at this, Aussie has been overtaken by Bush Chook while that was happening. So this battle for third is really going down to the wire. So Aussie, I don't think, needs to pit again. Has Aussie pitted? Let's have a look. No, Aussie needs to stop. I think all 4 of them need to stop. Chook, Aussie, Mike, and Kiwi. I think they all need to stop again. Here we go with an overtake. Mike gets it. That's 4th place for him. This is really turning out to be a race of strategy now. Who stops when? How long do the tyres last? Hawks has gone on to the softs. So I think Hawks will be good to the end. 10 laps on the softs. Sounds about right, doesn't it? I don't think Mike... Oh no. Mike's out wide at 13. A lot of drivers have been picked up there today for doing that. Aussie and Kiwi though. Aussie goes in. Kiwi follows. Alrighty. Here we go. It is on like Donkey Kong. Traffic jam in the pit lane. Team's ready. Aussie goes. Good quick stop. Kiwi's out. And Aussie's out and Kiwi's out. And look at it. Line astern in the same order they joined back in. Both on the soft tyres. I don't know who lost out more there, because they both did a medium and a hard stint. They should be able to get the end on the softs. But I'm not sure about Mike and Chook getting to the end on the softs. The gap, 28 seconds between Mike and Chook and Aussie and Kiwi. So if they slow down enough, you never know, things could happen. There's a yellow somewhere in the sector. Trying to find where it was. I don't know if Breeden's recovering. BP still leads, 33 seconds the gap. He will need to come in. He'll lose some of that, but he's got a big enough gap. He can pit, change his tyres, and come back out ahead of, in the lead of this Grand Prix. There's Bush Chook in 3rd right now, and he's got Mike just in behind, but outside DRS range. Oh, he's cooked it there. He hit the grass, and the car was wanting to oversteer immensely. He just collected it up by getting off the gas and gaining control. Well, that's given Mike the motivation he needs now to get the overtake in. And the chase is on. And as we know, when Mike sees the door open, he's going to chuck the car up the inside or the outside, wherever he finds that gap. He's going to put the car there. So Chook needs to be aware that that is going to happen if he shows Mike an opportunity. Mike's not going to be shy. He will take it. It's just a matter of when and if he can even bully Chook into a mistake. They've made a few little errors here and there. So Bush Chook, he covered the inside for 11 and 12. He's happy with that at the moment. Mike's still following at a bit of a distance. He's got the DRS assist again, but he's not able to close him in. Chook obviously using... Oh, he's been tapped on the back. He's readdressed it. The good thing to do there. So have a look at the ERS settings of Bushchook as we come up to the start-finish line. Because Mike's going to be in that DRS zone. And I knew it. 2 stoppers from these guys tonight. Does he get down in time? He does. So does Mike. Now where is Aussie and Kiwi? Both Mike and Chook are going to have a lap on these two. But I didn't think Chook and Mike were going to go for a one-stopper. Oh, it's a new front wing for Mike. That's so unfortunate. Chook's coming out. Aussie's going to come across the start-finish line. Where is Mike? Mike has fallen back in behind. There go the other 2 cars, and Mike's lost 2 spots because of a front wing. He must have damaged it when he tagged the back end of Chook, and Chook's back up into 3rd after all of that. That was a good strategic move. And he's gained a lot of time. And Aussie now needs to get the pump on. Needs to put out these laps now. And gain a bit of time on Chook as he's on some cold softs. And Kiwi will be doing exactly the same thing. These two at the moment, if they can work together and not slow each other down, I think they'll have a chance at catching up to Chook here. But it's a matter of whether or not they can sense each other's motivation to get 3rd, because they're just outside that final podium spot. It is not going to be long, but if they slow each other down fighting for the 4th place, Chook's just going to disappear. Yeah, I think you're right, Swatter. I think Mike did lose some end plates because he lost 2 spots getting that new nose, and he's not going to be happy. He's had a few situations in the pit go against him like that this season, so I know he'll be fuming at the call for the pit crew to probably change the wing. He probably would have preferred them not to change it, but it's just not what happened. Kiwi, he's got DRS. Is there an issue? Is there an issue for... Is crazy Kiwi nursing a DRS issue as well? Lots of drivers tonight having issues with the actuator. Oh, Kiwi! Around he goes. Oh, and that has ended what was going to be a phenomenal scrap between the two at the end. Let's see how it happened for Kiwi. As he comes up to the corner, he hit the curb, and the car just spun around. There's nothing he could do at that point. What a shame for Kiwi. That was really heating up to be an exceptional battle. And now he's just going to have to consolidate 6th position. If not, maybe exploit Mike if Mike makes a mistake here or there. We'll have to wait and see though. The laps are counting down. There's not long left. And I think it's all but too late now for Kiwi. But Aussie, can he catch up to Chook? Reed in there getting the blue flags. This is going to be a good finish for Aussie tonight. It's going to be one of his best finishes. Reedin was all over the road there. Looks like we had one of the drivers in the pit lane as well. That was, Kiwi. So Kiwi's gone back into the pits to get some new softs. He's got enough gap between him and Major Dan that he'll do that. So he won't be finishing the race with a compromised aerodynamic grip at the front end. Now, Hawks is leading this one. I've just realised that. Did anyone else notice that? BP is down 6.2 seconds. BP is not leading this race. BP is not winning. I was so solely focused on that battle between those 4 drivers that I have completely missed what happened at the front. That's why I need a co-broadcaster or someone to keep an eye on the peripheries for me. Otherwise, everybody will be in their podcasts complaining about not seeing all the overtakes, like we complain about the real world overtakes not being broadcast. But if you're an F1 fan and you haven't already listened to the Lights Out F1 podcast, which was recorded this week by me and Aussie, episode 24, go check it out on Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, FM, anywhere you find podcasts. Search Lights Out F1, and it's episode 24. I think I'm crying. It wasn't in the most exciting race, but it was an action-packed podcast with some opinions you might not agree with. So go check it out. Maybe it's controversial. Maybe you'll be wanting to yell at me for the things I say after you listen to it. So go check it out. Lights Out F1. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the podcast. And we'll have some more episodes coming up in the off season as well. But we also handed out the Best Driver of the Year award with the S3 Awards. We find out who was the best and who was the worst. And our Rookie of the Year award as well, which we've been scoring all through the year. But let's not talk about Lights Out F1 podcast. Let's talk about FNL1 eSports and their Formula 1 race, which is just about nearing conclusion. And BP is not winning. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, everyone. I've made you look for so long down the back end of the grid that we totally forgot what was happening at the front. Kiwi just got around Major Dan there. Kiwi's looking a lot quicker on those soft tyres, so I don't think Major Dan's got many legs to stand on there. He's just going to have to let that one play out. We will have interviews at the end, so we can ask Hawks what happened, and maybe BP will explain where the mistake was made. Mike is trying his mightiest to catch up to Aussie here. 1.4 seconds the difference, and the laps are quickly ticking away. While I've got you here, don't forget, my name's Josh Gain, commentating here in Demo 1, broadcasting the FNL1 eSports Formula 1 Championship. And welcome along to this live broadcast. We're live every time on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Mixer. So pick your favourite. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well. We post daily and lots of cool stuff there. Photos from the races, things you didn't get to see. Even share your opinion on a few things. But what I was meant to click was Driver of the Day. If I can find the Driver of the Day, there's a Driver of the Day thing here somewhere, but what I want you to do is think about your Driver of the Day. Go to FNL1eSports.com and vote who you think deserves that thing. Oh, mistake from Aussie. As we chuck the Driver of the Day thing up, he ran wide onto the grass, and Mike is now right in behind and primed for the overtake. He'll get DRS down here, or won't he? The overhead shot showing us everything. And Mike is so close to getting fourth. Aussie is not going to want to let that one up. But like I said, Mike, if he's given an opportunity, he will strike. Keep a close eye on BP. That is intervals now 2 seconds. So the last couple of laps really, really getting tense between Hawks and BP. And look at this. Mike's almost being squeezed out of track. And the two almost have it coming together, but Mike backs out of it before 11 and 12. The smart move, because you're never going to fit two Formula 1 cars, let alone any two cars of, even if it was a tiny little Mini Cooper, they just wouldn't fit side by side through there. So Mike lives to tell another day. And can he gain the spot on Aussie? 6/10 through the detection zone. And he's got the DRS. Here we go, an opportunity for Mike. Can Aussie defend it? Aussie's got the ERS up to 4. And there goes the DRS actuator of Mike. He's got it up to 5, but it was enough from Aussie to defend it. Super tight racing here between these two. It's the big brother and the little brother having a crack. He's going to try send it around the outside, but Aussie's got the premium racing line. And he's quicker onto the marks there. He's going for the switch over slightly. BP is so close to the back of Hawks as well. Who should we watch? It's going to be close. I'm going to keep an eye on that interval. We've got to go to BP. BP, look at this. This is the battle for first. This is for first and second in the championship as well. Hawks is just edging out BP. But BP wants the win. He needs those extra points here at the moment. Oh, they touch. They touch. Oh, they've kept it together. And BP has managed to find just enough room to squeeze by. And Hawks is not having any of it. Hawks wants to make it to the end though. I know he does. BP has just made it work. Back for this battle for 4th and 5th though. And still Aussie keeping him at bay. And we're on the penultimate lap. Oh, he was in striking range. Oh no, Aussie! What happened to Aussie then? It looked like he missed his braking point, or the car just didn't want to turn. Have a look at the telemetry and see if we can figure it out. I was sort of looking into no man's land. I saw a Red Bull to go flying off into the grass. Oh, the car wouldn't... I think he locked up or something. The car just wouldn't stop. Such a shame for Aussie, because that releases Mike now. And that battle is done and dusted. And Hawks, well, the interval now, almost 2 seconds. BP, well, I think Hawks tried to run those softs just a few laps too long. And where BP's tyres are in the premium working range right now. And he's just pumping out those quick laps. And he's done what he needed to do. Here we go, though, on the final lap. And he just needs to do this one cleanly. And it will be another win in the books for BP V8. But what a race it's been so far. I better shut up. Commentators curse and all that. Let's let BP do the talking, because I can't talk anymore. The last lap of the race on board with BP V8. And he's still flat chat. He's gained, he's now up to 4.2 seconds. Into Ascari, now into turn 14. He's just got 15 and 16 to do. And it will be job done at the Australian Grand Prix for BP V8. After 29 laps, he didn't lead them all, but he led the one that was important, the lap 29, and there's the checkered flag. It is a win for BP for round 16, and it was Hawks so close and very, very close in striking distance as well at the end, but it was good enough for second. He should be pretty pleased with that, but he knows he let first drop out of his grasp. Here comes Bushchuk though. And you can see Mike's in frame, so Mike's sort of catching him up here, but oh, Chook, no, he needs to keep going. Go, Chook! Mike's there. You can't do any mistakes from here on in. You gotta get to the start-finish line, man. Round 13, and look at it, it's getting really close as Mike is reeling him in. Bushchuk just needs to keep it clean for the last 2 corners. The Toro Rosso is about to pounce, but it's not going to be enough as Chook has just done enough to get a podium, and he's done it. Round 16, Chook, what a finish. Oh, and Mike's taken third because of penalties. Oh, that's disheartening for Chook. If he hadn't have made that mistake, he probably would have gotten third. Warzy goes 5th, Kiwi 6th, Major Dan, and then Hemmick at 8th, and Saints is the last across the line tonight. And he will take 9th place, but it was only 10 drivers that finished. What a chaotic race we had. That's going to be one for the record books. Listening to the drivers.
I am happy I finished a race.
Was that epic?
Nah, Major. Epic got taken out really early. I'm just happy I finished.
Well done, Major. You there, Mike?
Goddamn Toro Rosso boy, up the front again.
You there, Mike?
Man, I can't believe I got lapped. I'm fucking like halfway through the race.
Hey, Vasil, good.
I thought
Thanks for
being,
having a like on the stream,
around
brother.
6th, 7th wouldn't have been too bad, but
So, Bushchook, he only had one 3-second penalty, so he would have probably finished ahead of Mike if it wasn't for that small mistake.
I fucked myself so much in that race, man.
Thanks, George. That was a very good battle.
Yeah, man, I was doing my best to hold you back. My tyres were dead. And
I could see that. That's why I was like, shit. I knew I couldn't get past you, because I knew Aussie's a street hit place to go, and I knew you'd deploy in the right place. So I'm like, I need to put you in an error. And I'm like, fuck, hurry up.
For some reason.
Well, there we go, a bit of an insight. We're going to have the top three, hopefully the top three in the interviews, so stick around if you want to hear them. If you want to hear a bit of banter as well.
I came out of the pits and they put me on used soft super softs, so I don't know why I didn't get the new ones.
Yeah, right. That was like the game did you.
But yeah, I thought I'm going to hold him back because I knew I was faster than you on the straights. You must have had
Yeah,
more than
I had
me.
more wing, and you could see that in the corners.
Yeah, because you were up me, and then I just got to concentrate on these exits, and then I totally outbroke my into that.
Yeah,
second
I
lap.
knew, and I'm like, fuck.
See ya,
Because
Echo.
you let me pass originally, which was wide, because obviously you were trying to save tyres and shit, and that was, yeah. And then, as soon as I come across you a second time, I'm like, you're not going to budge. I'm like, I need to close the 3-second gap to Bushchook. I'm like, fuck. I was just pushing, man. You should have seen me go. I was like, fuck me.
It was a good battle, bro.
No, it was good.
3 times that lap.
Well, there you go, a bit of insight from Aussie and Mike there as they had the battle that happened. But I've got Mr. BP with me. You just managed to steal the win there, bro.
Yeah, I was probably not, definitely not my best one.
What got you?
I did steal
Strategy?
no, not strategy. There was a cliff that the tyres hit on lap 20. I was always going to get into, my plan was always to get in the 20s. I was thinking, okay, this is great. I had one off at turn 1 and 2, that complex. I lost about 5 seconds there. When it came to pit lane, the crew wasn't ready. I had to wait about 5 seconds because me and Mike were too close, as in when he came in. So I lost 5 seconds there, and I said to Mike, I've lost this race. And I was determined that as soon as I came out, saw the gap, I was determined to catch up at least. And firstly, my move on Hawks, probably not cleanest. I do apologise if I squeezed him on the inside, was not my intentions. Yeah, I didn't mean for contact and thought he would be here by now, but I do apologise for that. It wasn't my intention to contact and to squeeze.
It was close. Did you lose any? Did you sustain any damage through that, or was it just
No.
a bit of bump?
No, my car was ahead, but still I think I squared because I felt contact in my right rear, and I think I might have. I don't know. I'll have to watch the highlights, and yeah, I wonder if Hawks is coming or not. But yeah, I do apologise for that. Was not my best move.
It's all right. We have those days, but yeah, we wondered how you lost so much time because you had such a big gap, and then all of a sudden Hawks was leading the race, and we just wondered.
Well, the car felt great. Like the first 3 laps, the car felt bad, and I was probably a few incidents behind me really helped me get that cushion, so I can just conserve the RS. I used it to get fastest lap here, fastest lap there, and then yeah, I screwed myself in the mid part, and I definitely paid for it and had to work back. I'm sweating it. Yeah.
Well, it was good to watch, and thanks for coming and having a bit of a chat. I don't know where the other guys
Yeah,
are,
well,
but
good. I wonder if Mike's forgotten.
oh, they probably have. Hawks is here. He's just popped in. Hawksy,
Yeah. Howdy.
you were leading, man. You were leading. Did you expect that? Because BP let us know how it all happened. A few mistakes here and a double stack held him up.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like I pitted, I thought at the right time, but I just didn't have the setup today. And I made so many errors, going deep in a lot of corners and getting into scraps at the start that I shouldn't have really been involved in. Like I had a qualifying that would have quite comfortably put me second on the grid for the race. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing again. Qualifying letting me down once more. So I've just got to get a handle on that. And I mean, I've got good racecraft. It's just my qualifying.
Now, I don't know if you would have seen it, BP, but Hawks, did you see the Zen crash?
Yeah, he just
No.
Sorry, yeah, I was just saying, he just sort of spun out in front of me, and I think me and Mike were sort of fighting too with Bush. We were having a bit of a freeway tussle, and then Zen's car's sort of sideways. So we're just, I know I took evasive actions. I don't know if I caught anyone up in it, but yeah, actually in practice, I actually had the same crash with Zen in practice. In practice, I hit him. In the race, I didn't. So at least you learn from him from those mistakes. But yeah, I think he just let up the rears or got too much curb, and I think that's what happened with Zen.
It's easy to do. You said you were running wide. Turn 13, I saw you seem to have a bit of trouble with 13.
I totally forgot about this, eh?
All good, Mike. All good.
Yeah, I was just struggling a bit everywhere. Tyre grip wasn't probably the best. I probably didn't get as much practice in as I probably should have for this race. I was just a bit more casual about this one this week. But yeah, I'll definitely be focusing towards the end of the season again. But yeah, just tyre grip, tyre wear. I think a few people are struggling. A bit like what was it, Brazil, with the sort of slippery curbs as well. There's quite a few up there in fast corners, so got to be careful. I think Epic's lost it on the first lap too on that fast left right.
It's easy to
The
do.
first lap. Yeah, it's easily done.
I nearly did too on lap 1.
Yeah, I lost it myself. And a couple of back ends behind me.
Better late than never, Hawk. Mike's here. Third place for you tonight. Double for Toro Rosso, but wasn't easy.
We're
You had
back.
to fight Aussie for that one.
Oh, yes and no. Like I knew he was struggling. You could see it. Lap times reflected that. I was probably reeling in half a second a lap. Oh no. Obviously, I lost a bit of wing end plate to Hawks at the start of the race. My bloody cars were a bit sore on the brake pedal, and cocked that one up, and then had to take a wing in a pit stop.
Yes.
And then went again, Bush Chook made an error in front, and then I had to take another wing in the pit stop when I was actually trying to undercut him. So I lost that one out, and that put me behind Kiwi and Oars. Luckily, Kiwi lost it, so that was a free position. And then Oars was the main challenge. Tried to clear him pretty quick, but couldn't actually get past him on the straights because of the wings. So forced him into the error. He ran deep, and then the last was just save everything, deploy everything I had saved, and get within 3 seconds of Bush Chook because he had a penalty.
Yeah, he did. He made a small error, I think, coming out of 12, and that's what helped you catch up in the end.
Yeah, but ultimately I should have been a fair bit in front if I didn't have to take 2 wings, but nonetheless salvaged what I could and was lucky to get the third podium.
Did you see the Zen crash as well? Did you have to take avoiding
yes.
action?
Yeah, I had to hold it right and got on the roller coaster curve, as I call it. Because you get on that curve and it's just, you're on rails, off you go.
No safety car. 2 cars
Nah,
across
no
the
safety.
street. You don't need one.
Yeah, it should have been a safety car. Looking for a free pit stop.
It didn't happen. Maybe next time we'll get one. Who knows? Anyway, safety.
Maybe.
Also good.
We can dream.
We can dream.
Also, good job to Bush. The last few races, he's joined halfway through, and he's had good, consistent results up there. He's doing well.
Yeah.
Bush Chook.
He is. And he
I'm
almost
also bummed about my quali lap. I was half a second after my quali lap, and the final one. Then I broke myself in the second last corner.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shame. I just had no pace, none in quali, put me in P6, but I got both the Renaults off the start pretty much. But yeah, just had a few braking problems, went a bit deep, and ultimately gave a position to Hawks.
Well, it was fun to watch. So thank you very much, and thanks for having a chat.
Nah, no worries. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
No worries, guys. I'll let you go, and everyone watching, I'll let you go. That ends the main broadcast portion. Just ends the broadcast, actually. Everything's done. Our next event, Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. GMT 10. We have the final for the Race on Oz series. round 7. I've totally forgotten where they're racing at, but keep an eye out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I will keep you up to date. And thanks for coming along tonight, everyone that has done so. And if you haven't already, please like the video wherever you're watching it from. It helps out the channel immensely. And we do appreciate all the support you show us. So thanks again for turning up and commentating and all those having a chat with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can do it again Sunday night. And then Monday morning is SFR GT Challenge before they go back on a break for Christmas. So everything's coming to a close. And yeah, that will mean this broadcast comes to a close. And don't forget, Driver of the Day at FNL1 eSports and Lights Out F1 podcast. If you haven't listened to it already, the new one is out this week. But until next time, race starting on the edge. My name is Josh Gain, and good night.